All right, welcome back everyone to Before AGI.
Yeah, glad to be back.
So today we're going to be doing a deep dive into something pretty new and honestly pretty exciting.
Yeah, it's definitely been making some waves.
So it's this new AI called Manus. And, you've probably heard about AI assistants, right? Like the kind of things that can, help you write emails or answer questions.
Right.
But Manus is being described as kind of a different breed.
Yeah, this is something a little more advanced.
It's being called like a general AI agent.
Hmm.
And the idea is that it can go beyond just, thinking and actually start doing stuff.
Yeah, actually taking action based on what it's learned, pretty impressive.
So in this deep dive, we're going to really get into, what makes Manus unique, what it can actually do.
What's all the buzz about?
Yeah, why are people so excited about it? We've got a bunch of different sources here, everything from the initial announcement to some deep dives into how it works.
Some real-world examples, too.
Yeah, we've even got a couple quiz questions to kind of test ourselves and make sure we're really understanding this.
To be fun.
So our mission today is to kind of unpack all this stuff, give you a clear picture of what Manus is and why it matters, especially if you're interested in the future of tech.
Definitely a topic that's relevant to pretty much everyone these days.
Okay, so let's start with the basics.
Yeah, where do we even begin?
What is Manus? How is it different from, like, you mentioned chatbots. How is it different from the AI we already have?
Yeah, great question. It really comes down to this idea of being proactive. Traditional AI, like chatbots, is mostly reactive.
Right, you ask it something and it gives you an answer.
Exactly, it's waiting for your input. Manus is different. It's designed to identify problems, figure out solutions, and then actually execute them.
Wow, so it's not just waiting for instructions.
Nope, it's more like an independent agent working on your behalf.
I mean, that's huge. It's going beyond generating ideas to actually making things happen.
Exactly, it's taking that next step towards real autonomy.
And even the name Manus is interesting, right? It comes from the Latin word for hand.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and it's kind of connected to this concept of mens et manus,
Yeah.
which is mind in hand.
I see, so it's about combining knowledge with action.
Exactly. It's like Manus is that hand that brings your ideas to life, which I think is just a really cool way of thinking about it.
It's definitely a powerful image. It makes you think about the potential impact this could have.
Okay, so how does it actually work? How does it achieve this level of autonomy?
Well, it uses something called a multi-agent architecture. It's pretty sophisticated.
Multi-agent architecture, what does that even mean?
So instead of having one big AI brain, it has several specialized AI models that work together.
Like a team of experts.
Exactly. Each one is really good at a specific task. So when you give Manus a complex problem, it breaks it down into smaller pieces.
Okay, I'm starting to get it.
And then it assigns each piece to the agent that's best suited for it.
So it's like dividing and conquering.
Yeah, it's much more efficient and it can handle really intricate multi-step projects.
And this is something that, normally would require a human to manage.
Right, you'd have to use a bunch of different tools and coordinate everything manually.
But Manus can just take care of it all in the background.
Exactly, and that brings us to another key feature, asynchronous operation.
Okay, break that down for me.
Basically, it means that Manus can work in the cloud independently.
So I can give it a task and then just walk away.
Yep, you could close your laptop, go for a walk, and Manus will just keep working.
Wow, so it's like having a super efficient assistant that never sleeps.
Exactly, it's a huge productivity boost. But of course, there are some concerns about data security and privacy, having all this stuff happening in the cloud.
Yeah, that's definitely something to think about.
It's a trade-off, convenience versus security, something we'll need to figure out as this tech evolves.
All right, so let's get into some real-world examples because I think that's where this gets really interesting.
Definitely, seeing it in action is what makes it click.
So one example that stood out to me was this idea of using Manus for resume screening.
Oh, yeah, that's a great one. Imagine you're a hiring manager and you get hundreds of applications.
It's a nightmare.
It is. But with Manus, you could just send it a zip file of all the resumes, and it can do the initial screening for you.
Like actually read through them.
Yep. It can go through each resume, extract the key information, and even rank the candidates based on your criteria.
That would save so much time.
Oh, absolutely. And the best part is Manus learns your preferences over time.
Like what?
So if you prefer to see the rankings in a spreadsheet format, it'll remember that and do it automatically next time.
That's wild. It's almost like having a personal assistant who gets to know how you work.
Exactly. It's all about personalization and making the AI work for you.
Okay, here's another scenario. This one's a bit more relatable, I think. Imagine you're looking to buy a property, right? And you have all these specific requirements. Maybe you want to be in a safe neighborhood, you want good schools nearby, and you have a strict budget.
Sounds like a lot of research.
It is. But Manus can handle all of that. It could research safe neighborhoods, look into school ratings, even write code to calculate your budget and filter real estate listings.
Wow, that's impressive.
And then it'll compile all this information into a detailed report with links to all the sources it used.
So it's not just finding data, it's actually analyzing it and presenting it in a way that's useful.
Exactly. And that's what makes it so powerful. It's not just about individual tasks. It's about connecting the dots and solving complex problems.
And it's not limited to just these simple examples, right?
Oh, absolutely not. Our sources mention a ton of other potential applications.
Like what?
Well, imagine using Manus to plan a 2-month family vacation. It could create a detailed itinerary, find accommodation, estimate the budget, everything.
That would be a dream, especially with a big family.
Or how about conducting research on some historical event?
I can see that being incredibly useful for academics and students.
Or analyzing the sales performance of an online store to figure out how to boost revenue.
Yeah, the possibilities seem endless.
And it's not just hype either. Our sources say that Manus has already been tested on some pretty tough benchmarks.
Those benchmarks.
Yeah, those are like standardized tests for AI. And Manus is apparently performing at a state-of-the-art level.
So it's actually living up to the hype.
Yeah, which is pretty exciting. And it's already being used in the real world, too. People are using it on platforms like Upwork and Fiverr to get work done.
So it's not just theoretical, it's actually proving itself in practical applications.
Exactly. And it's even been used in Kaggle competitions. Those are like data science challenges. And it's doing really well.
Wow, so it's actually competing with human experts.
And winning. Now, Manus is coming out of China, and it's generating a lot of buzz. Some people are even calling it China's second DeepSeek moment.
DeepSeek, that was a big deal.
It was. It was this AI that really put China on the map in terms of AI research.
And now Manus is being seen as potentially even bigger.
Yeah, because it's really pushing the boundaries of what AI can do. It's not just about understanding information. It's about actually taking action and getting things done.
And that has huge implications, not just for China, but for the whole world.
Absolutely. So thinking about the big picture, what could the impact of Manus be? Well, our sources suggest it could radically change the way businesses operate.
Streamlining workflows, automating tasks.
Exactly. It could lead to massive gains in productivity and efficiency.
And potentially change the kind of skills that are needed in the workforce.
Yeah, some jobs might become automated while new jobs will emerge.
And certain industries are likely to be particularly impacted, like software development, financial analysis, real estate, even e-commerce.
Yeah, any industry where there's a lot of complex tasks that can be broken down and automated.
It's definitely something to keep an eye on.
But of course, there are challenges too.
Yeah, no technology is without its downsides.
Our sources raise some important questions about regulation, like if Manus makes a mistake, who's responsible?
Right, that's a big one. Our current laws aren't really equipped to deal with AI that can act autonomously.
It's a whole new legal frontier.
And there are technical challenges too, glitches, inconsistencies, those kinds of things.
And of course, the whole data security and privacy issue, that's a big one with any cloud-based technology.
Especially when it's handling sensitive information.
Yeah, so there's definitely a lot to think about.
But there's also a lot to be excited about.
Oh, for sure. And here's something interesting. The developers of Manus have said they're planning to open source some of the models behind it.
Open source? That's a big deal.
It is. It means that anyone can access the code and contribute to its development.
That could really accelerate the pace of innovation.
It could also lead to some really unexpected and cool applications.
Yeah, who knows what people will come up with.
So I think it's safe to say that Manus is a pretty significant development in AI.
Yeah, it's a real step forward.
It's moving us closer to a future where AI can truly act as our partners, helping us solve complex problems and achieve our goals.
And it's just the beginning.
So what do you think? What kind of impact could Manus have in your field or in your life?
That's the question everyone should be asking themselves.
What tasks could be automated?
Yeah.
What new possibilities might open up?
It's an exciting time to be following AI.
It really is. So if you want to stay on top of all the latest developments, be sure to subscribe to the Before AGI podcast.
And don't forget to check out my YouTube channel, Ian Okiang AI.
Yeah, he's got some great tutorials and insights over there.
I try my best.
So thanks for joining us for this deep dive into Manus.
It was a pleasure.
Until next time.
See them?
Bye.